Welcome back, students. So, in this video we will discuss about the image formed by a plane mirror, then regular and irregular reflections, then multiple reflections also. Okay. So, in class 7 you studied about the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. Characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. So, first one, image is virtual means it cannot be cast on the screen. So, there are two types of images, one is real image and the second one is virtual image. Real image can be cast on a screen or on a wall. Virtual image cannot be cast on a screen. So, the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual image. We will not be able to cast that image on a screen or on a paper. Okay. So, that is the image formed by a plane mirror is virtual, means it cannot be cast on a screen. Then the image is erect. The image is erect. So, this one is an erect image. This one is an erect image. This is the object. Its image is this one. This is the object and this one is the image. So, this image is erect one. Here you can see this one is the object and this one is a virtual image. The virtual image is an erect one and it is formed behind the mirror. This one is a mirror surface. That is a mirror surface. So, a virtual image is formed behind the mirror and it is always erect. Now, this one is the object, this one is the image. You can see the image is a inverted one. The image is an inverted one. So, that is real image. So, the image formed by a plane mirror is erect. Then the image is laterally inverted, that is the reversal of left and right. When you move your right hand in front of a mirror, the image will move its left hand. That is left right reversal will be there between you and your image on the mirror or between an object and its image on a plane mirror. That is known as lateral inversion. Then the size of the image is same as that of the object. Suppose the height of this image is 2 meter, then the height of the object is 2 meter, then the height of the image is also 2 meter. The height of the image formed by a plane mirror is also 2 meter. Okay. So, the size of the image is same as that of the object. Third one, fifth one, the image formed is far behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. That is, the distance between the object and the mirror is equal to the distance between the image and the mirror. The distance between the object and the mirror is equal to the distance between the image and the mirror. Here, the distance between the object and the mirror is given 3 meter. Distance between the image and the mirror is also 3 meter. So, what is the distance between object and image? What is the distance between object and image? That will be 3 plus 3, that is 6 meter. Okay, that is 6 meter. So, these are the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror. So, first one, it is virtual. Virtual image means we will not be able to cast it on the screen. Second one, it is erect. Third one, it is laterally inverted. Fourth one, the size of the image formed is same as that of the object. Fifth one, the image formed is as far behind the mirror as the object is in front of the mirror. Means the distance between the object and the mirror is equal to the distance between the image and the mirror. So, if you stand very close to the mirror, the image is also standing very close to the mirror. If you are standing far away from the mirror, image is also far away from the mirror reflecting surface. Now, this is a ray diagram that represents the image formation by a plane mirror. This is a ray diagram that represents the image formation by a plane mirror. So, this one is the incident ray. The incident ray means the light from this object falls on this mirror and it will be reflected back. So, we need to backtrace these reflected rays and you will get an image here. So, this one is the object and that one is a virtual image. Then, two types of reflection is there, that is regular reflection and diffused reflection, or regular and irregular reflection. Here you can see this one is a mirror surface. I will represent it by the letter M. So, the incident rays are parallel to the mirror surface. So, what will happen when these rays incident on this mirror? It will be reflected back. The reflected rays are also parallel. Incident rays are parallel. When it incident on the mirror surface, it will be reflected back and the reflected rays are also parallel to each other. So, that type of reflection is known as regular reflection of light. The phenomena due to which parallel beam of light striking a highly polished surface like plane mirror is reflected back as parallel beam of light ray. When parallel beam of light ray incident on a mirror, it will be reflected back as parallel beam of light ray itself. That is known as regular reflection of light. Images are formed due to regular reflection of light. So, when parallel beam of light ray incident on a mirror, it will reflected back as parallel beam of light ray itself. So, that type of reflection is known as regular reflection and image is formed due to regular reflection of light. Then, this is again diagram that is about diffused reflection or irregular reflection. So, most of the surface of the objects are not smooth just like mirrors. The surface of most of the objects are not smooth as mirrors. So, when a parallel beam of light incident on such surfaces, they will be reflected in different directions. They will be reflected back in different directions. That type of reflection is known as irregular reflection or diffused reflection. So, the phenomena due to which parallel beam of light ray striking on a rough surface is reflected back in various directions. It will be reflected back in various directions or different directions. That is known as diffused reflection or irregular reflection. So, here you can see in this diagram, the surface is not a smooth one. Incident rays are parallel, but the reflected rays are traveling in different, or the reflected rays are reflected in different directions. So, that type of reflection is known as diffused reflection or irregular reflections. No images will be formed in this case. No images will be formed in this case. Then, diffused reflection means it is not the failure of the laws of reflection. It obeys the rules of the reflection, laws of reflection. Here, everything you see around us is seen due to the reflected light. Moon receive the light from the sun and reflect it. That is how we see moon. The objects which shine in the light of other objects are called illuminated objects. There are some other objects which give their own light, such as sun, firefly, candle, an electric lamp. Their light falls on our eyes. This is how we see them. The objects which emit their own light is known as luminous object. Then, it is because of this irregular reflection, we will see objects from every direction. Irregular reflection of sunlight by objects around us enables our room to have light during the day, even if sunlight does not directly fall on them. Even if sunlight does not directly fall on them, but light will be there in our room and we will be able to see objects in our room. It is because of irregular reflection. Then, multiple reflection means the reflected light will be reflected again and again. The reflected light will be reflected again and again. That is known as multiple reflection. Okay. So, here a plane mirror will reflect the light. The reflected light from one mirror act as an incident light for the another mirror. Hence, the ray of light can be reflected again. Here, two mirrors are there and an object is placed here. So, light from this object falls on this mirror, and from this mirror, the reflected light reaches this other mirror. Okay. So, the image formed by the object on this mirror will act as the object for the other mirror. Okay. So, light from this object falls on the mirror and an image will be formed on the mirror. For the second mirror, the image formed on the first mirror will act as the object, and again reflection will take place. So, that is known as multiple reflection. So, here an equation is there. This one is just before that, here one object is placed. How many images you can see? 4 images you can see. Here one object is there. Here 3 images you can see. So, an equation is there to find the number of images formed in this case. Image formed by a mirror at an angle. When you place a mirrors, 2 mirrors inclined at an angle, and in between when you place an object, means like this. Suppose you consider this one. This is one mirror and this one is the other mirror, and an object is placed here. This is the angle between the 2 mirrors. If you change the angle between these 2 mirrors, the number of images formed will be more. There will be a change in the number of images formed. So, if you stand in front of a plane mirror, only one image will be formed. There only one mirror is there. So, if 2 mirrors are there inclined at an angle, and if an object is placed in between them, if you change the angle between the mirrors, the number of images formed by this mirror will also change. So, an equation is there to find out how many images are formed when the angle between the mirrors are given. That equation is n is equal to 360 by theta minus 1, where n is the number of images. 360 by theta, theta is the angle between the two mirrors, angle between the two mirrors minus 1. We will do that problem here. So, the equation is n is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. So, suppose first one, if the angle between the two mirrors are 90 degree, means if the like this, they are placed at 90 degree. Two mirrors are placed at 90 degree. So, this angle between these two mirrors are 90 degree. So, n is equal to 360 divided by 90 minus 1. Now, how many times 9 will go in? 36. 4 times. So, 4 minus 3, that is 3 images. 3 images. That you can see here. This angle between the two mirrors is 90 degree. So, on this mirror you can see 3 images. First one, second one, third one. Okay. First one, second one and third one. Now, second problem, theta is equal to 60 degree. Theta equal to 60 degree. So, how many images will be formed? N is equal to 360 by 60 minus 1. So, how many is this one? 6 minus 1, 5 images. 5 images will be formed if the angle between the two mirrors is 60 degree. Then, if it is placed, if two mirrors are placed parallel to each other, that is like this. This is the first mirror and this one is a second mirror. Okay. So, the angle between these two mirrors are parallel to each other, 0 degree. So, what will be the answer? N is equal to 360 by 0 minus 1. So, we can't divide it. So, that is infinity, means we can't count it. So many number of images will be formed. So many number of images will be formed. This one, this phenomena, that is multiple reflections, that you can see if in jewelleries, you can see this multiple reflections. Then in saloon or beauty parlors, there multiple they will use more number of mirrors, so that we will be able to view different images. Then dressing room, changing rooms, there same way you can see 3 mirrors will be placed. 3 or 4 mirrors will be placed. So, according to that number of images will be formed. So, that is known as multiple reflection. Then 2 instruments are there that uses the same principle. multiple reflection of light. One is periscope and the other one is kaleidoscope. One is periscope and the other one is kaleidoscope. Okay. So, in periscope, two mirrors will be there. It's a long tube like device through which a person can view images which is not in the direct line of sight. It is not in the direct line of sight. So, here this consists of two mirrors. Yeah, this is the first mirror, this one is the second mirror. It is inclined at an angle 45 degree. It's an inclined at an angle 45 degree. Then the light enters from the surface, changes the direction, again it will fall on the surface and again it will change the direction. So, the image, suppose this one is the object, its image will be formed here, then again its image will be formed here and we will be able to see that object. Here in this diagram you can see a big wall is there. So, this object is not in our direct line of sight. So, with the help of a periscope we will be able to see that object. Now, where this periscope is used? It's used in submarines to see ships over the surface of the water. This one is a periscope. Okay. So, it is used in submarines to see the ships and other activities over the surface of the water in sea, and also it is used by soldiers sitting in trench to observe the activities outside. Okay. It is used by the soldiers to view the activities which is happening outside a trench. So, that is about periscope, and it is used to see what all things are happening just behind a wall. Okay. So, here also multiple reflection will takes place. Then next one is the kaleidoscope. In kaleidoscope, three mirrors are there. They are inclined at an angle 60 degree. So, this one is a kaleidoscope. So, three mirrors will be there. Three mirrors are inclined at an angle 60 degree. Now, I will tell you how to make it. You need to take three rectangular mirrors. The size of this mirror should be equal. Then you have to paste these three mirrors in this form. In this form we will paste these three mirrors. This is a mirror 1, it is a mirror 2, this one is a mirror 3. So, it will form a triangular shape. Okay. Now, one end of this mirror is one end of this side. So, you will get a triangular shape with both ends open. So, we will cover one end with a mirror piece itself. Itself. Then the other end can be covered with a cardboard with a hole, or you can use a transparent sheet. Here I am used a transparent sheet here. Okay. So, three rectangular mirrors are joined in the form of a triangle, and you will get a tube of triangle with two sides open. Now, I covered this side with a piece of glass sheet or glass mirror itself, that is in the form of a triangle. Now, this side I covered with a transparent paper, plastic transparent paper. So, before covering it using a transparent paper, I put some beads, all those things, buttons, all those things in different colors, sequins. I put so many things inside it and I covered it with a transparent paper, transparent plastic sheet. Then I cover the whole instrument with a paper so that no light will enter in this paper, in this kaleidoscope. So, this one is a kaleidoscope. When you view through this kaleidoscope, you can see beautiful different patterns, different color combinations, different designs, different patterns, all these are very beautiful. Okay. So, that is the main use of this kaleidoscope. It is used by designers, fabric designers or wallpaper designers to get different designs and different color combinations. Okay. So, that is the main use of this kaleidoscope. Its working principle is multiple reflection. So, it is defined, it forms beautiful patterns and it is used by the designers, that is fabric designers and wallpaper designers, so that they will get beautiful patterns or different patterns, different color combinations, all those things. So, this one is a kaleidoscope and these are the images or the patterns formed by the kaleidoscope. Okay. So, it is a toy or it is an instrument that consists of multiple mirrors. 3 mirrors are, we are using 3 mirrors. Due to multiple mirrors, there are multiple reflection of light in a kaleidoscope which forms a beautiful pattern. So, you can also make it this kaleidoscope. Now, next topic is dispersion of light. We will study in detail about 10th standard. In 7th standard also you studied about dispersion. Means when light passes through a glass prism, it will split up into 7 colors. It will split up into 7 colors. Means when light passes through a prism, it will split up into its component colors. That is known as dispersion of light. That is known as dispersion of light. 7 colors will be in the order violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, or we will call it as Vibgeo. Okay, we will call it as Vibgeo. So, violet will be at the bottom of the towards the base of the prism and red will be at the top of the spectrum of the light. Okay. Then a 7 band will be formed that consists of 7 colors will be formed that consists of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So many examples you can see from nature, that is due to the dispersion of light. One example is the formation of a rainbow. Formation of rainbow is due to the dispersion of light. Then you can see from CD, different the 7 colors will be formed on the CD surface when it is exposed to sunlight. That also is an example for dispersion of light. When oil spread is there on the road or on a water surface, you can see 7 colors, or on a soap bubble you can see the different colors, that 7 colors, that is from violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So, that is all due to dispersion of light. So, here in this video we will discuss about image formed by a plane mirror, regular reflection, irregular reflection, multiple reflection and 2 apparatus based on multiple reflection. One is a periscope and the other one is a kaleidoscope. Okay. Thank you.